Oh wow, I'm not even connected. Great Rod isn't, y'all. Let me get connected. Ooh, child. I was like, that sound awful low. Don't start me. Oh yeah, but do start me. Yeah, yeah. Thanks for coming on the walk. Get your mats if you're gonna stretch out. Chair if you're gonna do some chair exercises. Weights if you're gonna lift weights. Line up if you're gonna walk wall to wall. Stand up if you're gonna walk in place. Then bikes. Start your treadmill.
Power on.
Ooh, it is hot up here in this north. Well, hot for the north. Ooh, 45 degrees. Must be shoveling snow right about now. But I ain't mad at nobody. Ooh, I'm trying to take off my warm-up jacket. Yeah. Thanks for coming on the walk, y'all. Yes. Ha ha. Happy birthday to Leslie. Although she wasn't born yet. So we have to wait. Get this party started right. You know what I forgot? I forgot to put incorporated to Africans in America theme park. I incorporated it. I said aboard. Family members. Because all the books I read that told me about success and succeeding, especially with African Americans, which I say black African Americans, because technically all are African. If you're living on this penal colony, aka American, all are African Americans. So I'll have to break it down even more and say black Africans. You know why I couldn't see my feet yesterday? Because I ain't have on the right shoes. Hold on, y'all. Sorry, Facebook. We're going through something. Not Facebook. The Ubers and the tubers. All are welcome. All are welcome. Let's see. Let's see if we can see the feet. Okay. Yeah, I'm seeing feet. Whew. Like, comment, share. Tell an uncle, tell an auntie, or tell a cousin, tell a friend to exercise. The body is like a car, it's meant to go. Taking it out for 15 minutes, especially if you reach my age. It's like if you retired and you're a post person that been walking the streets, stuffing mailboxes. You retire, you gotta get up and move. Your body is used to moving. But not as much movement as you used to have, but show it some respect. Get up and damn move. Whew. Even watch me on this treadmill. That's a lot. My body is happy. Because I have to do a lot before I get to this treadmill. I gotta get up, I gotta put on socks, I gotta put my foot. So my body is very appreciative. So appreciate your body. I had to do Africans in America theme park incorporated because I forgot to put the incorporation. We were incorporated in the state of Connecticut. The hardest part for me with doing my research and talking to people, I had to go to SCORES, was the retired executive They're retired executives that supposed to help you with business plans and stuff like that. But I'm gonna tell you something. Every African American business person I've seen going through there, because that's what all the books tell you to go through. Find that old European African that was an executive in a corporation, and you go talk to him. And he has been trained that you ain't getting no business. You ain't getting no corporation. The biggest waste of time ever. 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 I work with executives. Very few even talk to black Africans that work for them. So how the hell are you going to retire and tell me how to run a business? Bullshit. Bullshit. So, we're incorporated. I had to sit aboard. I had to write my bylines. I had to find. Thanks to the help of my cousin. My Italian, Polish, African cousin. The bomb. The bomb. She helped. She was executive secretary at a very prominent bank. So, for stuff like that, she and I used to get together and hash it out. And we had came up with a bylaw. I say that about her because sometimes it hurts. Sometimes it hurts. Because she went down south with those Hatfield, McCoys, and Duggars, European Africans, who feel that if they have any connection with a black African, it removes their status. Or what I say, it reminds them of what's inside of them, the African inside of them. They can't stand it. Because they're not. They're unicorns. So, she went down there with them, and she became a unicorn. She became a unicorn. And she had cousins of every walk of life, everything. Cousins. And she went down there and anyway, we worked together and we did this. So all the books say, get your family. And all the books you read about, the ones who made it, get your family. So, I went to I wrote the concept, I published it because I didn't know how to trademark it or anything like that. And then the ancestors said, just put on the ethers because, trust me, ain't nothing going to happen till you're dead. And even my father told me that. He called me on the phone. He said, oh, okay, that's a nice foundation. But you know ain't nothing going to happen till you're dead. I said, first of all, it's called energy and matter separation. And so we started that. And I wrote up everything. I called my family. We met because we had to break down into the board. And we had to break down to the president, the vice president, etc., etc. They don't even know that in the annals of the state of Connecticut, if you go into African American theme park, they are listed as VPs. My daughter is the president. We got chairmans. Everything. We set it up like a corporation. We had our own accountant. Wilby came in to help with the board to meet our numbers. And we documented, we signed in, we signed out. We had an agenda, we went and we looked at property. Of course, business plan in hand, book already published. Speaking to bank people. Anyway, he wasn't going to get anything. So I said, listen, let's go for this land, let's go for the try. I read somewhere that sometimes companies pay you to stop. And as much as they hate African American, black Africans on this penal colony, if we gave it enough of a push, they drown us in money to stop. So, I wanted the theme park. I wanted it to be the basis of imports, African countries, African nations, these penal colonies, Jamaica, Haiti, all of them. Like, you're one-stop shopping for African culture. But basically it says, African American themed park. African American culture. Of course, the whole phrase, I had to do this whole little thing like a commercial. So anyway, we set the board. It was a fight all the way through because they didn't understand that when you're going for something big, a whole bunch of shit get thrown in front of you to sidetrack you. But I understood my two sisters and my nieces and nephews and such, and my own daughter. I understood. But I know if I could get us through the first year, we'd be able to go forward. So, it's true, they always go for the weakest link in its nature because you put a lot of energy out. And you gotta just stand straight. It's gonna come back positive, maybe it'll come back negative. You don't know. Stand straight, stand on it. I'm sorry, Facebook. It seemed like I'm like clouding in and out or whatever. Anyway, let me go back here, see. I don't know what's going on. Anyway. So, and y'all probably heard this one before. I just want African Americans theme park to be an economic success. That's why an incorporation, even the executive, retired executive people, said you'd be much easier and it'd be much better if you were a nonprofit. So I kept saying, well, why would I want a theme park that's nonprofit? Disney ain't nonprofit. Six Flags Great Adventure ain't nonprofit. All the little fairs going around ain't nonprofit. Why Africans American theme park? Gotta be nonprofit. That's what I tell you when you go to stores. Well, it'll be easier for you to get funding and... I'm not begging. I have a product. I can make something. It can make money. And I realized then, I was like, oh boy. So, That's how the universe works. On the other hand, sent me a lady who knew how to have the business plan, sat down with me. She and I got it together. So as frustrated and tearful as I was leaving that score, oh, those taco executives, they'll tell you how to do business. No, not us. Stop going there. Those old Hatfield McCoy Duggar European Africans ain't going to help you to get nothing. Now, if you are a European African, go up in there. I'm sure they're going to tell you something and teach you something. But African Americans manifest. Because I found a woman that came and helped me with a beautiful business plan. I didn't have to pay her a dime. Buy her lunch. We had coffee. I had snacks for her when she came over. That was it. So, I incorporated as a for-profit. And was waiting for us to do our year because everything would be straight, but we spent more than we made. We was going to file our taxes as a non-profit after our first year. And when we come back from our break, y'all see I'm in my daughter's basement walking on the treadmill. Y'all can kind of understand and see how that kind of worked out. I don't know, there's something going on with these lights around here, with these cameras. Hold on, y'all. Move stuff a little bit. I'm walking, y'all. Trying to save my feet and toes. Yeah, I said. There's something with the light on both cameras. If I stop walking, y'all. Did y'all see my hair, my ears, and everything? I tried not to get in this camera too much. FB. YouTube, you didn't see that. Ooh, it's raining, so I'm a little achy. But I listened to 66. I did not warm up. Because if I'm walking down, ooh, my muscles are relaxing. See, I'm not even supposed to do all that. 66 said, just walk. Yeah, I said, come on. Save your toes. Because when you walk with me, 66 said, just walk. On Monday, Emancipation Proclamation Day, I can do my 5-minute walk on the treadmill before, independent, hands up, not needing energy to speak. And I could also hang from my hall hanging thing. I don't know what it's called. So at the time, my two sisters, my daughter was VP. I think we had a couple vice presidents. I don't have it down. We had a letterhead and everything. We were legit. So, at the time, my sisters were involved in this cult. Huge cult in Brooklyn. And the pimp in the pulpit was doing what pimps in the pulpit do. He had his bottom bitch that also became a reverend. And she had, 8, 10, 15 kids from him. And in the process, these children from the parishioners was popping up in the church. Had been doing it for a long time. But the bottom bitch, she finally got mad. She couldn't take it anymore. Seeing all the children in the cult that looked like her children. Also, the deacon board finally woke up and they were kicked out. So my sisters started helping. Oh, I see flashing lights and blinking lights and stuff. I know it's raining real hard. If we lose anything, I'll see y'all tomorrow. So the bottom bitch, she started her own church. And of course my sisters followed her. They felt so bad for her. She was such a good reverend. And so I'm listening to all that, but I'm like, it ain't got nothing to do with what we doing. We got one more meeting before the end of the year. You might as well say Kwanzaa. One more meeting. Wait a minute. Okay, yeah, they started supporting that bottom bitch. We have one more meeting. And then the bottom bitch had a 1-year anniversary. Guess when the bottom bitch had her 1-year anniversary? On the more than 30-day schedule, Africans in America theme park board members meeting, the 12th one. Well, I knew it was coming because my mixed race older sister, she said to me, I want undershirts. I want t-shirts with the logo on it. And I said, okay, that sounds good, do the research and stuff like that and give it. I'll just give you an idea. You're supposed. And then I saw the red flag. I was like, holy shit. I said, but I'm not going to focus on it. Not going to focus on it. So she left thoroughly disgusted because I didn't immediately stop everything to run and look at her t-shirt suggestion. No, she didn't come in and say she had a t-shirt company. She didn't come in nothing. She was telling me that this is what I should do, and if I don't do it, now she pissed. So that was at the last meeting. So I was like, oh my goodness. We just gotta get to this last meeting. I have 12 signed signatures, notes, read memos from the last meeting, everything. Just paper is tight. Then I got a call. Well, we can't make it to this meeting because Bottom Bitch has a first anniversary. And we gotta be there for the anniversary. We have to. And I'm like, well, I kind of scheduled it late because y'all had stuff to do before, but if we miss this meeting, that's for our year. We gotta start all over again. We went to see the property, we got numbers, we got everything. Well, Vicki, I don't know to tell you. That bottom bitch needs me. And you always try to run everything, and you always... We never had another African American theme park. And all those books that you're supposed to told to read to help you get there, that tell you that it takes family, it takes manifestation, it takes total oneness, and the universe will send you the people. Like they sent me the lady to do the business plan. She was a secretary, a sister who was proud that I wanted the African American thing. And if I had done it by myself, the universe would have sent me a whole bunch of people like that. And I wouldn't be walking on this treadmill now. I would be seeing y'all because I'd be walking around African American theme park. So, I can't even tell y'all how I cried. And of course, I knew, like the ancestor, it wasn't going to happen. Just put it on the ethers. Just put it out there. Just like I found Representative Bond and his Pan-African thing from the World's Fair. His was supposed to be like the World's Fair. Mine, if you look at African American theme park, it's according to these modern day amusement parks. And when 20 or 30 years now, someone else comes through and think about it, when they call on the ethers will send African American people to show that we did try to do some kind of economic freedom, some kind of ground hold, foothold. And not that we all drowned when that European African Reagan dropped all that cocaine, made it snow all over the place. Or the HIV virus that Belgium and a European African doctor on this penal colony put together under the cover of a polio vaccination to the Rwandans and released the HIV virus on Africa. I wanted us to just be something more than that. One can use it. So yeah, we incorporated. Yep. We were getting ready to get down. But I tell you right now, don't listen to any of those books that tell you to go to your familiars. Manifest. Manifest and have the universe. I was supposed to turn it off. Manifest and have the universe send you your support. Yeah, I feel Africans American would be a big conglomeration by now. When Tyler Perry did his Tyler Perry Studios on the theme park, we have a studio. So you can walk through, you can see all the shows that we were putting out. And then, like at the entrance gate of Africans in American theme park, I'm sorry, y'all. I was supposed to let y'all know that this is Ujima Collective Works and Responsibility. So you'd be standing, waiting to get in the gate. And the aromas from the fires and the food cooking and the rhythm of the African beat. Now you're in America, penal colony before you get in. So that's the American part. But when you get into the theme park, that's with the African and this penal colony mix. Anyway, so you stand there waiting for your tickets and shit, right? And you can see the smoke coming over, you know, like the gates and stuff, where you gotta be cleared and stuff. And you hear the bongos, the congos, the African beat. And then when you walk in, you're greeted by different African tribes. Now, in the book Destined to Witness by Hans Mezquia, he was the German Nigerian who wound up being the editor of Ebony and influence over Jet. Thank goodness Essence was specifically for the black African woman, because Mezquia, mixed race, German Nigerian, was never in America before, went to college, and wound up being over the largest African American female magazine. And he put nothing but mixed race Africans in it. You had to be a celebrity if you was darkened in there. Sometimes it hurts so much. Whew. So he said in his book that in Germany they did like an African type village thing, but they made them into baboon. So he was embarrassed. The African side of him was embarrassed because the Germans, who are German Africans, some, I say most, Ethiopian brought over Hebrew and Christianity. Remember, Old Testament, New Testament, I have to break it down for y'all. Ethiopians. So, he did not like it. And he wouldn't want to see anything like that. So I thought back on me sending him the copy of my book, Tell the Truth, Shame the Devil, and opening up with the African villages. It would never happen. He hated the African side of him. Hated. He loved the German side of him. And he wound up running the biggest African American woman's magazine on this thing. Gotta swallow on that. He was a German Nigerian. According to his book, Destined to Witness, he was the only black person in Germany. In color, all are African. The others were German Africans. Anyway, he didn't want it. He thought that the African culture was the lowest culture. He was German. I wasn't shocked, but I was disgusted. How did he get over the largest African American magazine? You talk about body shaming. That man body shamed millions of African American women. He didn't want the dark ones in the magazine. And sadly, black African women on this continent went out and bought it like crazy. So when I sent him the book, I never got a response when I called through, when I wanted to speak to someone in the Ebony in reference to the nothing, nothing, nothing. So when I read his book, I was like, oh, of course I ain't hear nothing. If even one person thought it was a good idea and got it to him, no. His experience with that, to him, it's embarrassing. The whole African culture. He went to Nigeria, his father. He hated it. He hated how he was talked to. He hated how he was treated. Because he's a German, they were supposed to kiss his ass. And the Nigerians didn't kiss his ass. So when he left Nigeria, came back to Germany, and his family said, oh, everybody's in America on the penal colony. He bopped his ass over here, did 4 years of college, and ran the biggest African-American woman's beauty magazine. And made sure to put only mixed-race women in there. Oh, sometimes it hurts. Okay, tuck in your elbow. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1 for good luck. Y'all don't have no idea what body shaming is. None. Until everything that you see in that magazine is closer to being European, the complexion, the hair, and everything. It's closer to being European, and you're selling this to African American